Hi friends, Minok here. I haven't done one of these in a while. The last sketches I showed you were from March, so today I'll show you everything I've been drawing from April till the end of July. This is a completely new sketchbook I got in April, so everything in here is new to you. So I'm gonna show you. So first off, I have two little pieces I drew based on a book I read in April. It's called Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. Oh, here I have the actual start date of the sketchbook. I started on April 27th. I'm pretty happy with this first page. For the top one, I used a bit of gouache, markers and colored pencils, and the bottom one is just markers and colored pencils. I really like the bottom drawing on this page. It has all the vibes I was going for, which is the most important part for me when I'm doing any art based on books I'm reading. Then I read a romance novel and just had to try my hand at another spread that's a bit more bright and cheerful. The book was called The X-Talk by Rachel Lynn Solomon. It takes place in Seattle, so I tried to create some kind of skyline of Seattle. Not 100% loving it, but it was a nice experiment. I like that I used a pinkish base layer, which helped set the mood for the whole drawing. I used gouache and colored pencils on this one. Here we have the main character of the book, also not completely loving it, but I made this when I just started to figure out how to draw with markers and colored pencils, and I'm still trying to finding my ground, but I did improve a lot, as you will see in later pieces in this tour. The next page is from another book I read. This had a Viking theme, and as you can see in the sketchbook, I only draw book-related scenes, settings, or characters. This portrait of the Viking lady was my first ever gouache portrait with a more realistic look. I'm quite happy with how it turned out. Maybe not the face, but the leather armor and the fur for sure. I don't like how the two little pieces on the right side turned out though. I absolutely struggle with wintry scenes in general. Snow seems to be my mortal enemy. And here we have the last page in the sketchbook that I worked on since April. The piece on the left side is done in gouache and colored pencil, and I tried to go for a Ghibli-y look with the colors. I wished I did spend a bit more time on the composition. I think I could have done better regarding that, but I love the tree. And on the right side, I tried my hand on my favorite characters from the Attack on Titan manga, Levi and Mikasa Ackerman. They didn't turn out too bad, and I'm planning on coloring them soon. And that's it for the first sketchbook. Moving on to the next one. This is the sketchbook that I use for personal stuff, like a visual diary, if you will. I made this cute painting in May. I'm always doing a full-page gouache illustration on the backside of a marker piece to cover up any bleed-through. I like how it turned out. Maybe not the foliage, but the city and the mountains are nice. This one I did in March, so I'm skipping it for this tour. And then we come to two not very nice sketches that I did super quickly, and they turn out pretty ugly. So let's move on quickly from this page. Here I went to a coffee shop, and I tried to do some quick sketches, but I just couldn't focus. I don't think coffee shop sketching is for me. And on the other page, I did a little pencil drawing of a building I saw when I was waiting on a red light. I didn't draw it there, but I snapped a quick picture so I had it as a reference later. I'm not sure which pencils I used, but they really don't look so nice on the paper of this sketchbook. Then I made a little drawing from a house I saw once on a walk with my doggo. It's a really cool house, but my sketch doesn't do it justice at all. This one, on the other hand, turned out great. I love it. It's based on a quick pic I took when I was out and about in Spain, and I just love how the colors complement each other. Then I prepped this page here with the base layer. I use really cheap acrylic paint to do those underpaintings, just so I can use it up eventually, because I don't really like working with acrylic paint at all. And on the other side, I made a little marker and colored pencil drawing of a few of our little house up in Finland that I visited this summer. I like how it turned out, and tried a bigger painting of it, which didn't turn out well at all. And then I went to the forest and did some sketching there. I didn't manage to sketch a ton, but it was still a very lovely experience. I do like the little birch trees here. This one here and this one here. I think they turned out well. And that's it for this sketchbook. Moving on to the next one. This one I'm about to finish soon, and I'm so excited about that. But I have my drawings all over the place in this one, so it's kind of hard to find the ones I haven't shown you yet. I think probably this is where it starts. This was a really quick drawing. I used some gouache and colored pencils, just played around. I don't know when I did these, but I've been doing a workshop from Jessica Smith Illustration, and those were little warm-up exercises. I did the lighthouse in 5 minutes, and the one over here in 10 minutes. On the next page, I created those awful sketches, so let's move on quickly. This page I'm pretty proud of. I did 2 little color pencil studies of Studio Ghibli scenes, and I loved them. They look so cool in my sketchbook. Then there are some older paintings, which I'm gonna skip. And here's another one from May. It's also a little Studio Ghibli background study, but this time in gouache and colored pencil, and I'm absolutely in love with it. I'm so proud of this one, especially the mountains and the meadow. Definitely one of my favorite pages in the sketchbook. This little village is a quick sketch with colored pencils, and I hate the colors. Let's move on, shall we? This page is another full page painting of a cute little forest scene. I don't love everything about it, but I like that I tried something different from me. I love how the blurrish background turned out compared to the more defined foreground, but I wished I hadn't placed the tree trunk in the middle of the painting. It could really use a bit more dynamic. And this one is a little marker and colored pencil sketch I did. Not very good, but I was still figuring it out at this point. And then I painted this one here, another full page one to cover up marker bleed through. You see, it's a running theme. I really like how this turned out, even though it didn't do well on Instagram. I like the colors and just the overall look of it in a sketchbook. And now I only have a couple of pages left in the sketchbook, so let's move on to the next one. Next up, I have my big one here. This is the one I did bring on vacation with me, because even if it's not a real sketchbook, it's actually rather versatile. Since it's the only sketchbook I did bring on vacation, I did actually draw quite a lot in here during June. It's been a while since March, so let's see where to start. So this was one of the very first illustrations I did in April. I do like the simplicity of this piece, but moved on from its style to explore different directions. Then I swatched all of the colors I did bring on vacation, so I had an idea of what to use. And then here's the first full page illustration. It's actually a master study of Gustav Klimt's The Kiss, or Der Kuss. I drew this with markers and colored pencil, and I'm really pretty proud of how it turned out, especially the different colors in the skin tones. That's something that I just love to achieve with markers. The hands did turn out quite well too. I usually struggle a bit with hands, and Klimt has a wonderful way of painting them, so that was a real challenge. Then I tried my hand at some realistic noses, also with markers and colored pencil. and I was quite surprised on how well they turned out. I did 9 noses, but my husband insisted on another nose, so I had 10 noses for this page. So I drew a little cat nose. On the next page, I tried to do a drawing of a scene for the theme Summer Rain. I'm not quite happy with it, but that's okay, not all of them can be winners. And then I did the 100 Hats challenge, where you're supposed to draw 100 hats in 10 days. After completing the challenge, I went back and started colored these hats in with marker and colored pencil. So that's why the first pages of the challenge are colored. I really love how some of them turned out, especially on this page. The girl's headband complements her nicely, and I didn't like the sketch underneath, so that was a surprise. This is where I'm currently at regarding the coloring, and here you can see the ones that are just sketches made with red pencil. I'm proud of both of the hats I colored in on this page, but not really liking the sketches that come after. We'll see how they turn out once they're colored. I chose to do the sketches in red pencil, so I had a good base to color them eventually. Here's the next spread of hats. I like 2 of the hats on this page, but really don't like most of them. But that's what the challenge is for. Just to draw as many hats as possible. Maybe you're wondering why I'm leaving out whole spreads in between the sketches. That's because I want to color the hats, and I know there's gonna be marker bleed through, so the page behind the hats won't be usable for me except for a full page gouache piece. As you could have guessed, here we got some more hats. Tried to be a bit more diverse in selecting the hats and having different types to draw. Definitely not loving some of them, but they were great practice for me. On this page, I tried to do a Geralt of Rivia from The Witcher, and this is supposed to be Yennefer, but it's pretty much impossible to tell. I just didn't do a good job. Here's more hats, lots of dudes. I got bored of drawing girls pretty quickly, to be honest. Then we have another full spread where a lot of the hat sketches. On this page specifically, I tried to do different positions of the hats. Like this one, which was a challenge, but I do like how it turned out. And I really love how this one turned out. I think it's my favorite hat of the whole challenge, of all 100 of them. I'm quite scared of messing it up when I color him. On the next page, I sketched all Stranger Things hats because of the season 4 hype. But can't really tell because they didn't turn out well. But this page I really love. Especially this one here. Could be a contender for my favorite, honestly. Cutie. And here's another page of hats. Not sure if you can tell that I'm improving. I'm already over halfway point here, so for me, it's pretty visible in my confidence. The one thing I definitely still struggle with is consistency. Some hats turn out great and others are barely hats because they're so bad. And I also vary a lot in style, I think. I really like the girl up here though, and I like the cranky guy down here. And on the next page, we have an even crankier boy. Here's another full page of hats. I don't think I like a single one on this page. Maybe the laughing dude. I really can't say. On this page, I tried to do a statue, but not really anything great. And on this spread, I did a special nose, and I do like how it turned out. I actually kinda like all of the hat sketches I did on this page. Not so much on this page, except her maybe. She's kinda special, just kinda not like the others. On this page, I did a Dean Winchester. Are there any Supernatural fans out there? And then finally we reached day 10. You wouldn't believe how glad I was to finally reach the last day. And I think the hats turned out alright. Maybe the improvement is not as great as I hoped for, but I value the experience nonetheless. And I'm very proud I was able to complete it. I can't wait to have them all colored in eventually though. That's gonna be a lovely flip through. And here's head 99, which turned out awful, and head 100, which I think is absolutely fine. And that's it for the sketchbook and everything I've been drawing on vacation. Moving on to the last sketchbook for this tour, which is my ugly sketchbook. Let's quickly flip to April. Okay, got it. It's been a while since I drew these, so please excuse if I'm not great at explaining. But here I've sketched some outfits. Here I did one outfit and a little tower thingy I've spotted on a walk a while ago. And this is a little olive tree my dad has planted in this olive oil container. This one was a Draw This in Your Style challenge that I participated in. I rarely do those, but this one was fun. And here's another outfit. I tried to actually add a hat to one of the outfit girls, and it turned out okay in this one, but definitely didn't go so well with many others. I do like a couple of things on this page though. Then I did more outfits with no hats, and I don't really like this page at all. And also I don't like the next page. I tried to do shoes and more outfits with hats even, didn't go well, and sometimes I just completely lose the ability to draw hands. No idea why. Then I drew an outfit girl with flowers, which I like, and I did a little shoe, which I also really like. Here I did another outfit girl, and I tried some mouths and just more details to practice. On the next page, I made some sketches of Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service. I did a double meme challenge over on Instagram with the middle Kiki. And then I just felt like filling the whole page with the Kiki theme. This page here did incredibly well on Instagram. I don't really know why. I don't really love it. I guess the outfit girl looks good, but everything else is mediocre at best. And here I did draw some random lamp, another outfit girl, linked hands, which I adore, and coffee. I think this is about the time when I got kinda bored to draw outfit girls with coffees. I really wanted to try some different things, so I did some studies of some dude undressing. But on the next page, I was already back at my regular stuff, outfit girl and coffee. And another page with outfit girls drinking coffee. But on the next page, I did something really different for me. I decided to draw a whole room. It was a lot of fun, and I really like how it turned out. On the next page, I did some buildings, and this is one of my favorite pages from the whole ugly sketchbook. I really should do more stuff like this, but I keep coming back to drawing girls for some reason. I think this one here was a statue, but it turned out horrible. Here I did some sketches from the Last Kingdom TV show. I finished watching it and really liked it. So instead of drawing random people referenced from Pinterest, I just drew them instead. On the next page, I did a smiley girl. And a dude that was chilling, but that didn't go well. And here's the lo-fi girl, which I think turned out kinda cute. And this girl turned out pretty cute as well. I also kinda like this girl, and on this one I messed up the eyes a lot. But I really like how this hand with the flower thingy turned out. Looks delicate somehow. On this page I sketched some random things I had saved on my camera roll for some reason. I think I wasn't very motivated though, and you can definitely tell by the outcome. Everything is extremely wonky except for the rain boots maybe. On this page, this guy looks kinda like Luke Skywalker to me for some reason. But the page in general, I really like. There's definitely some not so great stuff on it, but overall I'm pleased. I really like the softness of the girl in the middle, and I do like him. And this page I never really finished, no idea why. I just abandoned it, and then I tried a scene from a book I was reading at the time. I want to do more scenes like this, but it's so hard to me. And here we're back with the outfit girls. But I also did a dude with a beard. Something new for me in here. And on the next page, I tried another scene, but the girl didn't turn out how I wanted at all. It looks just really weird. So I wrote here, scenes are very hard. Yes, 100% agree with past me. Then I tried a sitting girl, just to practice some different things to keep things interesting. I somehow slowly losing my drive to work in the ugly sketchbook. It just kinda got boring after so many pages done. But there are some girls I really like how they turn out. I actually really like the whole right page here. There's something to the girl coming out of the leaf somehow. Maybe if I would cut it like this, it could look really nice. And here's my 5K on Instagram celebration page. This Draw This in Your Style challenge is still ongoing if you want to participate. It's all happening over on Instagram though. The next page is again really random, just a girl with a basket and some other random stuff. And here's the last page I drew in July, and that's it for today's sketchbook tour. I hope you liked it, leave a comment if you did. See ya and bye!